What's up, guys? Welcome to Norsemen Notebook. I'm Blake Weinkauf,
I'm Justin Diaz.
and we got a great show today. So, Justin, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Justin. I was new to school a lot of years ago. In third grade, I moved here. I play baseball. I do wrestling, and I'm trying out track and basketball this year. How about yourself, Blake?
So, I'm Blake Weinkauf. I've been at this school my whole life. I was in baseball, track, wrestling, basketball, football, all of it last year, but this year I'm only going to be in football, wrestling, and track. So, today it's very icy and cold outside.
Very.
Big ice storm,
Yeah.
but
That did
you
be
know,
last night.
pretty good.
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite sport this year?
This year?
Last year?
Oh, last year. I probably had to go with baseball, just because I only did 2 sports last year.
Yeah.
And wrestling was new to me. Wasn't really a fan of it. But baseball, ever since I tried it in 5th grade, always been a big fan of it.
Yo, football's definitely my favorite. I did football this year, and then I did a little bit of extra football on the side, and that went pretty well.
Do you have any favorite memories from football?
My favorite memory from football, I'd say, would probably be I like beating Team Indiana North this year with my Team Iowa boys. That was pretty fun.
Are they your biggest rival?
Yeah.
How many times did you see them this year?
3 times.
What do you go for against them?
2-1. Speaking of football, what are your thoughts on football? How this football year went? I know you didn't play, but
I kept up with it. I knew we were pretty alright. But wait, what was the question? How did I feel about it?
yeah.
Yeah, we did pretty good. I'd say so. A lot of success, I heard. But we did have a lot of our good players injured this year.
Yeah, I'd say so. We had a pretty good year. Really wish that we could have beaten up Greene County. That game, we were up 14-0 at the end of the half. They let it come back. We could have came back at the very end, but we couldn't pull it off, and that just really made me angry how we just couldn't pull that one off.
Yeah.
But overall, very good year. Yep. McGrath was hurt for us, and he looked like he was going to be a stud wide receiver, but he got injured in our first game.
From what I heard, he still did good even when he had a nub on his arm.
Still did good. Well, he had all that fun. That was really impressive. Speaking of the football season, I think today we're going to nominate our football MVP.
All right.
No matter how much I'd want to give this one to myself, got to give it to Samuel Scarrow. I mean, he just played phenomenally this season. Justin, what are your thoughts on him?
I have to agree. Ever since I met Sam in 5th grade, I've always noticed that he's always been a stud athlete. He's one of the best in every sport that he does.
Yep. He tries hard, and he's just very fast and explosive. He might not be the fastest person, or he might not have the best of jukes, but he'll be explosive, and he'll get a lot of yards pretty quick on a football field. He also made like half of our tackles this year, which is crazy. So he deserves it. But on to wrestling. How do you think the season's gone?
For me, I know I could have done better, but I'm still not really a fan of it. This year, I'd have to say I had one super big upset this season when I was wrestling at our West Marshall meet. I wrestled this kid from South Hardin named Wade Lawler. He was a cheapie. He kept choking, threw a mean elbow at me.
Yo.
And then it was third period. I was about to get flipped on my back, and then I jumped hips and then locked hands, and then got him on his back, and then got the pin.
Way to go.
Ooh, how do you feel about this wrestling season, Blake?
I think we've made a lot of progress since last year. Last year, we would go to the tournaments, and I felt like we would lose a lot of matches. 7th graders would lose a lot of matches. 8th graders would lose a lot of matches. But this year, we're going in there, and we're consistently one of the top few teams that are there.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty proud of how that's going. I think that we've made a lot of progress. A lot of people that I didn't expect to see winning this year are winning a lot of matches. and that's really good. What are your thoughts on like who's really excelled this year and people that you thought wouldn't really be that good but have been going off?
Okay, so people that have excelled this year, in my opinion, hands down, easily the best wrestler in the room, working hardest in the room. Gotta give it to Miles Handsacker. He's always been insane. He's a super good athlete all around. He's really strong, athletic, and stuff. But someone who I'd have to say most improved in the wrestling room, for my opinion, is Caden Stockdale.
I agree. Since last year he did not win very many matches, but this year he's really turned it up. We know that he's a little bit disappointed in himself his last few meets, but that's just because coaches made him turn him into a higher rank, which means he's wrestling some really good opponents, and he's still getting going like 1-1.
Oh yeah.
So I'm really impressed with him this year.
Yeah, I'm proud of Caden. Very much improved.
Upcoming basketball season. Man, am I excited to see this one. I think that our kids have just gotten a lot better, especially our A team. They've gotten more developed, especially Miles McCraft, gotten a lot more developed. And I think that we should be able to beat some people this year. Man, do I want to see us beat Nevada, but more on that topic later.
I think we might. Our A team has a high chance of going undefeated this year. Our only loss was to Nevada. And I feel like now that Miles is fully healthy, I feel like he'll be able to pop off this year.
Yeah, well, I think we'll see a lot out of Ethan, Nolan,
Miles.
And I think that Miles will really start excelling this year.
Oh yeah, Ethan, by far, anybody that I've seen play basketball in person, has to be one of the toughest troopers I've ever seen.
That is so true. Yeah, he's really great.
Yeah, he's different.
He's such a good basketball player.
Yeah.
Now it's time for one of our favorite sections, Athlete of the Week. A lot of interesting sports games this week. We had the meet here, home meet at Rolling Story.
Yeah.
I know during the home meet there was also a girls basketball game going on in the old gym versus Perry. I think the girls basketball had a second game too, but I'm not quite sure which one that was.
I think we should do one guy's athlete of the week and one girl's athlete of the week.
I agree.
For my athlete of the week, I'd like to give it to Sam because this was his first meet. Was it his first meet back from his injury?
It was first meet back.
First meet back from the injury. He went 2-0 with a tech fall. So I'd like to give that to Sam.
I disagree with that because he wrestled bombs,
but yeah, it's still pretty.
It's still good return.
Yeah.
For him.
Who's your guys' athlete?
My girl athlete of the week, I'm gonna have to give it to Allie Johnson. I know that she just played really, really well versus Perry, and I think she played pretty well in her other game, and she scored a lot of points.
Yeah. I saw their Tuesday game against Nevada at home. Saw they did pretty good, ran up the score. Final scores like 40-something to 15, I believe.
Great. That's good. So, what are your thoughts on the 8th grade musical, Dot and the Kangaroo?
Dot and the Kangaroo, in my opinion, sounds absolutely terrible. From what I've already heard, the main characters are girls, and Dot and the Kangaroo does just not sound funny at all to me. What are your thoughts, Blake?
You know, I kind of wish we would have chosen something a little bit more fun, maybe something that people know a little bit better. I think overall the product will actually be pretty good, but, you know, I was kind of disappointed to see that, but, you know, I still think it'll end up pretty well. I do wish that there was like a bigger male role in there, but there really isn't. But that's all right. So, yeah, I just really wish that we could have had something a bit funner. This Australia is kind of fun, I guess, but
yeah,
all the Australian accents, I think it'll turn out decent, but kind of disappointed about it.
I hope to see Lawrence having a big Australian role in the play.
Yes, sir.
That'd be fun with his Australian accent.
And his Australian heritage.
Yeah.
Now on to a slightly controversial topic.
All right, what is it?
Top 5 school lunches. Justin?
All right, this one's gonna be crazy. So for me, so number 5 for me, it's all right. I'd probably have to go with the chicken fries, in my opinion.
Chicken fries are pretty good.
Yeah.
They fill you up at least.
Oh yeah. What about you?
At my number 5, a bit of an unpopular opinion. Cheesy pull parts.
Yeah, I can see that. I wish they had a little bit more flavoring to them. But I feel
Yeah,
like the
that's
ranch
true.
makes it a bit better.
That's true. Yeah, they do need a little bit more flavoring.
At my number 4, I'd probably have to go Norse burger and fries, specifically the curly fries.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
What do you got for your number 4?
At my number 4, unpopular opinion here, corn dog.
Ooh, I could see that.
I do be liking the corn dog. I don't know why.
Controversial, probably top 10 for me.
Gotcha.
My number 3. Wait, pretty sneaky pick. Wait, you go. I just had it in my head, but I lost it. What's your number 3?
My number 3, I'm gonna give it to Norse burger and fries. I like the Norse burger pretty good. The fries just put it over the top.
Oh yeah.
Norse burger is like a mid lunch, but the fries will make it'll fill you up, it just tastes pretty good overall.
All right, back to my number 3. I probably ought to go, the cheese stuffed crust pizza.
That's an interesting pick, but it's
like
not
it.
a bad one.
Oh yeah.
It's not a bad one.
What you got for your number 2?
At my number 2, I'm gonna have to give it to grilled cheese.
Oh, that's a wild pull for me.
You don't like that?
I mean, it's alright. I probably have to put it in my top 15.
Oh, cheese.
All right. For my number 2 pick, I gotta go. In my opinion, one of the most underrated school lunches out there. I gotta go with the Cruncher cheese pizzas.
That is insane. I hate those.
Those are
things.
so good.
I hate the like sauce on the top. That's so bad.
Like the little things like this big.
Yeah, the sauce that's in the middle in them. That's a terrible sauce.
I
bro.
love those things.
Bro, that's a crazy pick. That's a crazy
Alright.
pick.
What's your number 1?
At my number 1 overall, not putting cinnamon roll and chili at number 1
Dude, over.
because I don't like the cinnamon roll. It just doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
For like a cinnamon roll, that's a terrible cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
I put Crispito at it.
Ooh.
Because I like those. I like the nachos so much. And then the Crispito, you can't just go wrong with it.
For my number 1, I'm gonna go with one that was not a Crispito. My opinion, number 1 school lunch for me is orange chicken.
Most people would be very angry with that decision. But I actually kind of like it because it actually is like real chicken.
Yeah, it's actually pretty
Like,
good.
it's actually real chicken, unlike all the other chicken I feel like they feed us.
Yeah, there's a rumor going on about the school that one of our fellow students is Ann says that the orange chicken is the meal that they spend the most money on in their school. Because if they didn't spend the most money on it, it would be terrible.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good for school orange chicken.
It is pretty good for school orange chicken.
I like their egg rolls as well. They're pretty good.
Yeah, the egg rolls get a lot of hate, but I think they're pretty mid, so I still eat them.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's take a look at this week's events.
All right, what do we got planned for Real Story 8th grade?
We got girls basketball at Sadell on Monday.
I think they'll destroy them like usual. So
Yeah.
far, they're undefeated, I believe.
No, I think they have 2 losses.
To who?
1, 2. Yeah, I think it might be. No, I think it's Greene County and
West Marshall.
Gilbert.
Oh yeah. But I think they should have a win on that.
They should have a win at that. And then girls basketball Tuesday at West Marshall.
Yeah.
And I think they should win that.
be a pretty exciting game.
West Marshall, I feel like they're good at a lot of sports, but when it comes to basketball, I think that's where they aren't really quite as good.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that.
Wrestling tomorrow at Sadell on Tuesday.
Or it's gonna be big.
That is going to be a huge meet. Let me read off all the schools too. We got a wrestling meet Tuesday. The people there are going to be Sadell, Baxter, and Collins Maxwell, who are all
Pretty small, not
pretty
that good
small,
schools.
not very great schools, but
Yeah, they have
We'll
some
see.
contenders.
they might have a few contenders.
Yeah,
Greene County, man, going into middle school wrestling, I really thought that Greene County would be good because Seabolt is in that area, and I thought they'd be like really good, but they're a really small team, and like some of them are good, but
they're small. They have top 5 in state. I forget his last name, but his name is Jackson. And they have the state placer named Cody Taggart.
gotcha.
They have a couple good kids there.
Yeah, they have a couple of kids, but I expected them to have like a really massive team, but I was wrong.
Yeah.
Nevada, I hate Nevada.
Hate Nevada, terrible school. But they do have a couple contenders. They've got Kale Williams, who's about like Miles Mack wrestler, so that'd be a good match if they wrestle.
Yo,
I see Straighton. He's alright. Pretty good wrestler.
pretty up.
And then they've got Colin Gibson.
Who's that?
He's a dog.
Who is that?
He's
How big is he?
probably like 130s.
Got you.
He's a dog. He's like really technical and he's super strong.
All right.
Yeah, I started to get for their best wrestlers.
South Hamilton, kind of feel bad for them.
They're terrible.
They're so bad.
Like their best wrestler is probably their female wrestler. Like, yeah.
West Marshall,
I'd say they're probably one of the better schools we've seen.
yeah.
Like they do have this kid named Riley that me and Miles Handsacker lost to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, close to Tech falling Handsacker.
Jeez.
Beat me in first period, but he's a dog. Turner, he's just really strong. Only knows one move, which is the hip throw, which is where Miles injured him from. Turner tried to hip throw, and then Matt returned him on his back.
All right.
So that was good. Not really a big fan of Turner. But West Marsh's a pretty good school.
Yeah, they should be pretty good.
Yeah.
Woodward Granger, we have not seen them yet this year
Or last year.
or last year. So
New faces we'll see. A lot of new faces we'll see this week.
yeah, well, that's gonna be interesting. We'll see how good they are.
Yeah.
Heard some things that they should be really good. Heard some things that they won't be that great. So we'll see. And then we have some really big schools, some of the biggest schools in the state
Yeah. Let's
coming here. We got Des Moines East, Des Moines North, and Des Moines Roosevelt. Wow.
I've heard Des Moines Roosevelt's pretty good, but never really heard of Des Moines North and whatever the other one was.
East.
Yeah, but
Actually, I think
might be
North is
smaller.
the biggest in the
State?
state.
Like biggest middle school?
Actually biggest school. Like
Uh-uh.
total kids.
Probably, but the biggest school in the state's Ames Middle School, or the biggest middle school in the state.
Oh yeah. Because they only have one middle school for
Ames.
Ames.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they probably have multiple middle schools.
Yeah, Des Moines.
And then we have Ogden. And I think Ogden, things I've heard about Ogden is they're going to be a hammer, man.
Yeah.
They're going to be dominant, especially in those, that like 110 to 160 range.
Oh yeah, I've heard they're a small team, but they have a lot of dogs on that team.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we'll see if we can still continue to be one of the more dominant teams there.
I hope we are. I think we have a pretty good shot at it if everyone gives their 100%.
Yeah, we're one of the smaller schools, but if everybody gives 100% and we all try really hard, get some good matches in, not any BS planning,
Yeah.
no like state champions against this kid,
Oh yeah.
then I think we should look pretty good out there.
Oh yeah. Agreed.
Well, I think that wraps up our show. Thanks for watching our very first episode. We're Norsemen Notebook. I'm Blake Weinkoff,
I'm Justin Diaz.
and we'll see you after Christmas.